So this is our second example from the end of 910 here. And this is another example that's going to involve linear relations here. And we're going to look at the slope and we're going to look at the intercept. So here's the situation. Joyce works selling newspaper ads. She is paid $40 a day plus $15 for each ad that she sells. We want to graph her pay, I guess this is for one day, if she sells up to 8 ads. So we've got this little table here. This table's been tilted on its side here, but that's okay. We can still work with it. So we've got number of ads, 0, 2, 4, 6, 8. And we want to know what her earnings is. So how much does she earn if she sells 0 ads?
$40.
Exactly. She gets that $40 even if she doesn't sell anything. Okay? If she sells 2 ads, how much is she going to make here? If she gets $15 each ad, 70, let's see. $15 for each ad. She sells 2 ads. That's 2 times 15 is $30 plus the original 40. So yeah, $70. What if she sells 4? So that's 2 more than she was selling before. What do we think? How much will she make then?
$100.
100, exactly. So now you can start to see the pattern. This is going up by 2 ads every time. Okay? So the amount that she makes should go up by the same amount. From here it increases by 30. It increases by 30 again. So from here to here, it should increase by 30. So it'll be 130. And if she sells 8 ads, again, it should increase by 30 to 160. So now we want to draw our graph here. What should go on the horizontal axis? Number of ads or earnings? What do we think? Absolutely. Number of ads. Because that is our independent variable, or it comes first in our table, and then earnings are going to go along the side here. So we can just plot these ordered pairs. 0, 40 is right there. 270 is right 40, 60, 70. 4, 100 is going to be right here. 6, 130 is going to be right there. And 8, 160 should be right there. So what kind of a relationship do we have here between earnings and number of ads? Absolutely, because linear relationship, I can take out my ruler here and I can draw a nice straight line through all these points. Beautiful. Now, what is the rate here? Okay? When they ask for rate, they're asking for slope. Slope, of course, is rise over run. So we can take 2 points on this graph and we can look at the run and the rise. Here's my rise and here's my run. Now it helps to look at the table here. If I go from this point to this point, how much is this going up by? Well, it's starting at 40. It's going to 70. So my rise is going to be what? As I go from here to here. Exactly. And what's my run going to be? Well, how much do I go over as I go from here to here? Well, I'm going starting at 0. I'm going over to 2 ads, so my run is going to be, so my run is 2. So 30 over 2 is 15. Now, where have I seen this number 15 in the question before? Let's go back to the original question. Kurt. What is that extra $15 for? Yeah. So the rate here, or our slope, is 15, and it represents the amount that she's paid per ad. And that's how we know it's a rate, because we got that word per in the middle. So the amount per ad. Next question here, what is the fixed cost? Well, it's not really a cost this time. It's more of a a fixed pay. What is the number that represents how much she gets paid no matter how many ads she sells?
40.
That's that $40. Okay? And in terms of our graph, the $40 is right here. It's our y-intercept. Okay, or the value of the cost where the ads equals 0. Or you can think of this as sort of the starting point of our graph there. Okay, so this is sort of the fixed pay is $40. So let's put these two things together and write an equation to represent her earnings. It's going to be E equals something, and we've got to work the number of ads in there. So what do you think the equation is going to be that represents how much she earns? Any guesses?
E equals 40
Plus, well, I'm going to use n instead of x for the number of ads. So we have to have that 40 there. And what do we have to do to the number of ads? How much does she get for each ad?
15.
Not add 15, but, oh yeah, we add 15 for each ad. So we take the number of ads and we multiply it by 15. And that gives us how much she makes. So she gets the $40 plus 15 times the number of ads that she sells. Okay. Now, let's take a look at the second part here. The company she works for changes its management. Now all of a sudden she's paid $30 a day plus $20 for each ad that she sells. Let's make a graph of what her pay would look like now. Let's do this in a different color. Let's go to green here. So now if she sells 0 ads, how much does she make each day?
$30.
Yeah. And if she sells 2 more ads, let's see, $20 for each ad. So if she sells 2 more ads, she gets an extra $40. So if she sells 2 ads, how much is she getting here?
$70.
Yeah. And each time, we're going to go up by 2, up by 2. This is going to go up by 40 each time. 40, 40. So 110, 150, and 190. So let's do a quick graph of this thing here. It starts at 30, right here, and then we can just graph these very, very quickly here. 4 and 6, and then 8. We are right up here like this. Okay. So we'll do another line here, and let's see if we can do this line in a different color. Green. Okay. So can you see that green line? What do you notice about that green line as compared to the black one?
It rises.
Yeah, so what would we say about the slope?
Rises.
It rises more, so it's got a steeper slope, so the slope is going to be a bigger number. Okay? Does this make sense? Well, let's see. What is the rate here? Our rate is the amount for each ad. So our rate in this question here is 20. In our last one, the rate was 15. So bigger rate, steeper slope. What is the fixed cost in our new question here? Well, it's now $30 a day. So it's $30 here. This is $20 per ad. Okay? Notice that this one starts a little bit lower down for its intercept. It starts at 30 instead of 40. Okay? So let's put all of this together to an equation to represent her new earnings. E equals, how would you calculate her earnings here?
E equals 30 plus 20 times n.
Perfect. E equals 20 times 30 plus n. 30 is our rate. 30 is our fixed cost or our fixed pay. 20 is our rate. Compare the two lines. What has changed and what has stayed the same? Well, the rate increased, so the line got steeper. And the fixed cost or the fixed pay got smaller, so the intercept moved down. And what stayed the same? They're both linear relationships. That's about the only thing that stayed the same. And that's example 2.